What is up, my dudes of YouTube? It's me coming in for another old video. It's your poods, your dudes. Yep. So today I wanted to talk about my favorite three albums. This is what my mom gave me this idea because she loves watching these dudes that talk about albums and why songs are so great and stuff on YouTube. That's like her bag. That's what she watches. I watch a lot of cringe slop or whatever and stuff, but that's okay, all right. But yeah, that's what she watches, and she gave me this idea, and I figured, you know what, dude, I might as well. We're so early in this career of making in my career of making YouTube videos, whatever that entails, right? Um, so so yeah, I wanted to talk about that, and music's just such a big piece of my life as it is. So like I said, I like teach music. I'm a drummer. I have a band with my buddies and stuff like that, and music's a huge piece of my life. Um, so I'm just breaking down my three favorite albums. Not necessarily my three favorite bands, though there is some crossover and stuff, and I'm going to talk about why I think these albums are awesome and why they rock and roll, I guess. I'm primarily a rock and roll fan. I don't really listen to much other than that's not true. I listen to rock and roll. I listen to a lot of music. I listen to jazz. I listen to Latin stuff. I listen to the hip hop pop stuff of the day and whatnot. I don't necessarily love certain rappers. There has to be a certain musical twang that I need to hear in the rap song for me to dig it. But not to say I don't. I really do love MF Doom. He's like my favorite rapper by far. And those songs are sick. I just love the samples that he picks, and his words are insane. But MF Doom's probably not coming up in this list today. I don't necessarily have a favorite album of his. Probably Doomsday. Call me a basic wiener or whatever. But let me get into my three favorite rock and roll albums. All right, so we got to start off. All right, we got Queen. All right, Queen is probably my favorite band. I always, when people ask me that hard question, it's my go-to answer. Without even thinking about it, I can hip fire. Queen is my favorite. And that is true. I really love Queen because their songs are epic. And Freddie Mercury is kind of like one of the coolest musician singers I can think of. I love the vibe. I love his sweeping piano parts. I love his awesome stage presence. How he swing the microphone around on that thing on the stick and stuff. It was very cool stuff, man. Something I always wanted to. I just love the presence, man. It's sick. He owns that stage, right? So. That, and then obviously the rest of the band. Roger Taylor as a drummer is a great drummer, and then obviously Brian May, and yes. But moving on. No love for the bass player, but that's just because I'm an idiot. But yeah, so I got Queen, and the album is Jazz. I love that album. I do love jazz, but there's not really any jazz on this album. But some reasons why I think it's great. It's got Fat Bottom Girls on there. That's my favorite song of Queen, most likely. Fat Bottom Girls is sick. I got Don't Stop Me Now, which I have some background with. I've played that song at some pivotal moments in my life. And it's an awesome song. We got Bicycle Race. I know I just listed the top three. I'm probably going to name most likely the top three, unless I feel really adamant about doing so. But the whole album is great. It moves very cohesively, and it's very dynamic and sick. So definitely give that one a listen if you never listened to it. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. The next one is going to be a pretty oh wow, buddy, I can't believe you picked these guys, right? But I'm going with the Beatles. All right, the Beatles are sick. There's a reason why why they're so sought after and stuff, because they are an insane band. I take a lot of inspiration from the Beatles, and I take a lot of inspiration from the stories I hear of the Beatles and stuff, right? So with my band, with my buddies and stuff, we practice once a week and stuff. I'd love to practice more, but, time constraints. Everyone's got jobs and stuff to do and stuff. We're not little kids. So, obviously we got to work and get that money and stuff. So, but in a perfect world, I could have like the band house and we practice every day and stuff. And we don't miss practices, right? And from what I hear, that's what, John's idea was when he started. And apparently, like, back in the very early stages, if you couldn't make it to every day's rehearsal, you got kicked, man, which is pretty sick. And I love that conviction, man. Something about that is just sick, man. It's very cool. But yeah, and that's kind of how I feel like about my weekly practice. Hey, man, like, I'm willing to work with you. You let me know, right? And then we'll find another day to do the rehearsal. But, if you hit me with the, like, hey, all last minute can't make it, that's kind of a dingus move, and you're kind of screwing us all over. And John definitely wouldn't have put up with that now, would he? But I'm going to go over the album now that it's my favorite. I'm going to go Hard Day's Night. It's a very good one. And the songs on this album are just some of the most beautiful of their stuff. And it's very early in their career, right? So, when you look at the later stuff, they get a little kooky and cool, like they only get better, I think. But these songs almost like encapsulate, like, yeah, these guys were this good from the jump, I was gonna say their first album, but I didn't want to do that, so I went with Hard Day's Night. So the songs that I really love on this album, and I'm not gonna say Hard Day's Night. I think that goes without saying. That's a great song, but I don't want to waste my pick on that, I guess, for my pick of 3, I guess. But Can't Buy Me Love, great song. It's just so deep, and it's so true, right? Nothing can really buy you love, and stuff. I mean, sure, money's great and when you have it and stuff, but nothing can buy you real, genuine love. And that's money or anything for that matter. That it takes hard work and stuff. I think I've been in love once or twice in my life or whatever. And there was no amount of money or anything else that went into that really made me fall for certain people. So moving on, Can't Buy Me Love, sick song, obviously. And then we're gonna go Happy Just to Dance with You, kind of a weird one, but it kind of goes with that same thing, right? Like you can't buy someone's love, and if you're really content with the person you're with and stuff, then wow, this is getting real deep. This is getting really never mind. All right, I didn't mean for this to get that deep, but if you're really happy with the person you're with and stuff, you should just be happy to dance with them, right? I mean, that's the world in a moment right there. At least I think, right? And having, maybe not dancing, but like, doing the thing that you guys love, together, right? Beautiful stuff. So yeah, and then I'm gonna go with If I Fall. That song. Well, we picked the lovey-dovey picks today for the Beatles, but I think that goes pretty. That's pretty par for the course for the Beatles. But yeah, so If I Fall. Such a whimsical song, and it's just kind of perfect. So yeah, give it a listen if you haven't listened to that album before. I swear it's a sick one. But yeah, favorite's probably Happy Just to Dance with You. I love that freaking song. And then we're gonna go on a little tangent. All right, this one's a little bit of a coming out of left field here a little bit. So we had Queen, right? And we have the Beatles, right? And then I'm going to go a lot later in music, in rock and roll for that matter and stuff. And people will probably be like, well, this isn't rock and roll. This is like a subcategory. Whatever, man. All right? But I'm going to go with Radiohead's The Bends. All right? Radiohead is sick. I actually hated Radiohead for a really significant amount of my life, which is really funny. I had one teacher that I really disliked, not because, honestly, I don't really know why I disliked him. It was kind of just like I met the dude, and I was like, screw this guy. Who's this guy, right? And which is a total dick move on my end. But, yeah, I didn't like the guy. He had a bunch of posters of Radiohead, and I was like, "Who's this emo? Look at this emo!" Only to become a huge emo myself. But yeah, like I'm wearing a band T-shirt today. If you don't know, Say Anything, really cool band. They might go in my favorite band category if we pivot to the favorite band category. One of at least, man, top five probably. I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. But today's about the albums. The Bends. All right, The Bends is sick. I didn't love Radiohead. My mom didn't really listen to Radiohead, and my mom's a big influence in my life. I love that lady. And she, maybe like 5 years ago or something, she got like really obsessed. And she does this thing called the School of Rock and stuff, and she does shows and stuff there, and they did a Radiohead thing, and it really spoke to her. She really loved the songs, and she fell in love with them. So and Tom York, and Johnny Greenwood and all the other dudes, she really fell in love with the dudes. So very, very cool guys, very, very cool music. It's hard to pick even which album I like anymore, because I finally did make the turnaround, and I finally started listening to them more and more. And the three songs off this album that I'm gonna have to go with are Fake Plastic Trees, because that just really encapsulates it encapsulates something, man. It encapsulates like pure, I don't know, sadness for oh, dude, it's deep, man. It just cuts you deep. It hits you everywhere, right? Even if you don't think you can relate to the song, I'm sure if you listen to it at some point in your life, it will be relatable, right? It will hit you like a ton of bricks or a fake plastic tree falling on you, all right? Let's move on to the next one. I think we're going to go right in a row here. So if you know the album list, I think you're not going to be surprised. I'm going to go Just. That song is sick. I really do love that song. The Bends and High and Dry are also that. We're gonna leave this middle slot to be the what do they call it, the honorable mention slot. So Just, the Bends, and High and Dry, they all fall in the same category for me. And then I'm gonna say my favorite one. I know that I kind of brushed over that really quick. High and Dry is really sick. That song's really sad and beautiful at the same time. And I've definitely felt like that a lot in my life. And then Baby's Got the Bends. I mean, come on. I mean, that's just like it just slaps. Oh no, it's just so sick. Give it a listen. And then yeah, and Just is sick. Go listen to Just. And then I'm going with the Black Star. That song has got some crazy hits. That's probably my favorite on the album. It's probably my favorite next to High and Dry, honestly, and Just, and the Bends. And My Iron Lung. Dude, you gotta go listen to the album. It's a great album, all right? I definitely broke the rules on the last one. I'm in the bit of a Radiohead vibe these days and stuff. And then honorable mentions for other bands and stuff. We're gonna go Hotel California. You can't hate that album. You just can't, or else you're an idiot. Or even Revolver for the Beatles is a really great one. I know that's another Beatles, and it's probably illegal. I can't do that, but there's that. Jude. Elton John, we're gonna go Yellow Brick Road. I know I'm just going down the list right now really quick. I'm just trying to lightning round as many great albums as I can think of. Like, I can listen to every song off that album. All these ones I can listen to every song, but that's another one that I really love. All of those songs. Jamaican Jerk Off. We got freaking Go Ask Alice. A Song with No Title. I've seen that movie too. So many good ones. I want to get one more to leave you guys with, and then and that'll be my take on favorite albums. But jeez, what's another one, dude? What's another album that I just listen front to back? I'm gonna go for a weird, obscure one that no one knows about, just because I guess this will encapsulate all of my musical taste, I guess, if I say it. Though I could probably think of some. Well, this album's a great one. Is a Real Boy Say Anything? That's a really good one. That's not the one I was gonna pick. But that kind of encapsulates the vibe a little bit better than this. I don't know, man. What's one more? I'm gonna go with Awkward Pop Songs by Jank. Super underground band. All right, go check them out. Have a good day, everybody.